Hi
Hi
all.
all.
Wow. It's so good to see you
Oh my gosh,
guys.
welcome back to Completely Normal Amount Pod, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, I hope you really enjoyed our ACOTAR two-parter. It took everything in us to put that kind of content out there for you guys. It was parts of our souls, and we really appreciate all the love and support.
I would just like to formally announce we didn't even scratch the surface.
We
So,
truly didn't. Let's just say we didn't even talk about Throne of Glass. So,
no, we didn't even scratch the surface with not only Akatar, but Sarah J. Maas. So, there'll be more soon, I'm sure. And if you hated it, like, we literally don't care.
sorry. Actually, not sorry at all.
No, literally, that's your problem.
Not mine.
And in summer, I will say that after we had that episode two-parter marathon, I like went back and reread chapter 54
As you should. You
because
had to.
I every time I reread it, it just like hits me in the gut.
hmm
Gosh, like
Recently I've sent you them because I just like think they're the funniest things I've ever seen, but the Sims edits of mainly Fourth Wing, but I've seen ACOTAR as
yes,
well.
it's too
Those
good.
it th like shut up, my show is on.
No, yeah, like
Like literally.
new ep up. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to drop everything I'm doing. Like who thought of doing that? That is like crazy.
It's crazy the time people have
No, it
and the
really
passion they have.
truly is. And like God forbid we can't understand.
No, like we could not completely never understand having a
No.
complete and utter deep passion for
No.
anything in our lives, but
No.
I would commend those sim creators for
Yeah.
doing that for us.
I wish I knew what it felt like to have deep passion and obsession.
Yeah,
That is just not us.
that's
We're
like
not those
unfortunately not
creatures.
something that I possess, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So actually, Summer and I haven't really spoken via face to face
Yeah.
in about a week since we filmed due to like having just like completely horrible busy schedules.
Mm.
Um, Obviously you could tell from the past two episodes if you were watching visually, we did film 3 hours of
Yeah.
ACOTAR and just split it up,
If you were wondering,
which is pretty normal standard for any
that was just a
ACOTAR.
mini episode.
Yeah, yeah, like pretty
Yeah.
normal, I would say, as far as ACOTAR goes. But anyway, so Summer, I feel like we need to catch up a tad if you don't mind.
Yeah, not at all. Literally since the last time we filmed, I have been on such a roller coaster of life, let me tell you.
He has.
Let me tell you. Not only has work just been like on a whole other thing, like a whole other level, all of a sudden my car decided to have 17 problems with it.
Yay.
You know, one morning I wake up, my go to work, my car won't start, jump my car off, go straight to the AutoZone and ask
Perfect.
them if they can check my battery. They say battery's in perfect condition. No worries. No sweat off our backs. And I say, "Oh wow. Any reason why it wouldn't start or like any explanation?" He goes, probably the weather." Totally.
Yeah, obviously obviously
Totally.
all of our batteries are temperamental because of the weather, obviously.
Obviously, obviously. So I say, oh yeah, like no worries, you're the professional, like for sure. I drove all the way out here at 8 a.m. Like obviously it's just the weather. So I go to work, go about my day. As I'm about to leave work, I tell my coworkers, I'm like, hey, would you mind just like just in case? Like he said my battery was fine, but just in case my car doesn't start, you want to hang out and like
Right.
just so I don't get stranded here. And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Go to start my car. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it wouldn't start, which is sweet.
Obviously
And
the weather.
obviously the weather,
The
which has
weather.
shifted 0%, but like the weather, like
The
the weather we're
weather,
having,
yes.
crazy. So I'm like panicking. I don't know what to do because he said my battery's in perfect condition. Luckily, after like a few jiggles, my car ends up starting, and I go to Advanced Auto Parts because there's like 15 billion type stores like that apparently,
Hmm.
which I didn't think of. So I go to Advanced Auto Parts. And I say, hey, can I get my battery checked? I don't tell him anything. I want to see if they'll tell me my battery's in perfect condition.
Right.
He checks it. He goes, "Oh my God, you need a new battery." Says it just like that. I go, yeah, okay. Well, let me tell you. AutoZone told me it was perfect. Like, can you explain?" He goes, 10 voltage. Whatever he said. I don't know. He said 10. And I
Right.
go, yeah, what's it supposed to be at? He said 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like such a massive difference. So is my battery dying or
Like,
like,
yeah, like
what do
you're
I
gonna have
have
to give some context here.
yeah, what do I have to do? And he's like, no, like it means it's losing charge. I'm like, okay, you could have just said that, thank you. So I did move forward with spending $250 on a brand new battery,
Mhm.
which is totally sweet and fine. And then while the guy was putting the battery in my car, he did tap some empty container in my engine and says, "You're gonna need some more of that." And I go, "Yeah, for sure. You want to go ahead and tell me what that is, or
Right. Like, what
you
is
know,
that per se?
what does that mean?" He goes, "Coolant." Like obviously, I was testing him. Clearly, I already knew it was coolant. And I'll go, "Okay, well, do you guys do that? Do I need to do that? Like, do you guys sell it?" He's like, no, you can just do it. We sell it here. I said, okay, I'm just gonna buy a bottle. So there goes another $25
Hmm.
for a bottle of coolant, right? Move forward with that,
Right.
which is sweet. The guy who replaced my battery, I'm gonna tell the shortest version possible. He was quite a character. It just made the whole experience like that much more stressful in my mind because I had to carry on a conversation with this man for 15 minutes, which doesn't seem that long, but
No, it was hell on earth.
it was hell on earth.
Hmm.
Um, every once in a while he would make some misogynistic comment, which I
Like,
love.
no, like, why would you not expect that at the advanced auto zone or
Right.
whatever?
So this man, I did not catch his name, but I think I'm calling him Richard.
Okay.
I think that's what I've been calling him. He was wearing like a $5 like CVS like wrist brace, like the Velcro kind that you
Yeah.
would get from CVS if you have just like a little bit of wrist pain. He kept saying he had a broken hand. Okay. And he
Oh.
kept saying, it's hard for me to do this with my cast. As he velcros the cast off to put the rubber gloves on to do my battery. So I totally get it, Richard. Like, I'm so sorry about the broken hand. Is there anything I can do?
He just has carpal tunnel. You're like,
Yeah,
okay.
just yeah. And so I'm feeling a little uncomfy, so I kind of like slide into the conversation that I'm married. So he knew I had a husband. He goes, "Does your husband have a birthday coming up?" He does. So I'm like, um, yeah. He's like, tools. I go, I'm sorry? He goes, tools. Every man loves tools. Doesn't matter what they say. They can't get enough tools. We have tools here, actually, if you want to go get him like tools for his birthday. If anybody has met Grayson before, tools are not necessarily on his wish list
He's not necessarily handy mandy here.
at this time, and that's not a bad thing. Like,
Yeah.
where we live in a two-bedroom apartment, where are we putting tools? So I go,
Right.
oh, okay, cool, whatever. Like, thanks for that. Then I start asking him some questions about coolant that needs to go in my car just to make sure I
Mhm.
do it right.
Right.
And when I asked him like a lot of questions because I just like to make sure I'm thorough. He goes, "You're gonna have to look up a YouTube video to do it." And I was like, "Why?
What?
Is it just like pouring liquid like into the container?" Like, I was genuinely asking. He's like, "Well, if you've never poured liquid into the container, like it's gonna be really difficult, and obviously you haven't."
No, first of all, no. First of all, no, it's not.
Like,
It's
first of
literally
all,
you literally pour it in the dunk,
there's
like,
a hole and
and you
a
pour
bottle.
the coolant
Like,
in.
it's really not that difficult. And I was just making sure, like, I didn't want to mess anything up because, like, I had to make sure my engine was completely cool. I just wanted to make sure I was getting all my bases covered. I asked like three questions. He goes, you know what? Just ask your husband. He knows how to do it. So yeah, the next day when I opened my hood and before work and had Grayson help me, he goes, so which one is the coolant? And I go, yeah, like yeah,
I'm not,
because
by the way, I'm not laughing at Grayson. I'm just
no,
laughing at like the comments are so absurd.
like it's crazy. Like uh, it is not Grayson's responsibility to know where the coolant goes in the car. Why would he need to know that? Why would I need to know? And also like just the way he's saying it, it's just like literally crazy. And randomly out of the blue, he goes, I have to say this part. I don't know how we got here. It was just so random, but he asked, "Do you guys are you and your husband into biking?" And
Yeah,
I'm
like
like,
obviously looking at you, of course
obviously.
you're obviously into biking.
I'm thinking like, okay, this is like motorcycles because we're at the auto parts shop. He just tried to sell me tools. Like he's asking
Yeah.
me motorcycles. I'm like you're talking about like motorcycles or not really? We're not really into that. He's like, no, mountain biking. Like I was supposed to catch that on.
So cycling, he meant.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you could have said mountain biking the first time, but that's fine. I'm like, oh, no. Like, I was like, am I giving off a vibe? Do I have a sticker somewhere that says I
Yeah.
love mountain biking or the outdoors? You
Your
could
bike
probably,
is just kind of like hanging out on the tail.
yeah,
Like
like,
what's
yeah, what's going on? And he goes, oh, I was just wondering. That's how I got this. Oh,
he
so
wanted
he wanted to tell me about his injury.
No,
So I
bro.
go,
Oh my God, there is nothing worse than a man who had to buy his own cast from CVS.
I
The
literally,
pain is unimaginable. You cannot
I
believe.
you wouldn't believe he actually had more injuries that he sustained 2 weeks ago at his injury while he was mountain biking over by the American Deli. Because I asked him, I said, were you, because like where I live, where are you mountain biking? I mean, like maybe there are some areas, like there's not, I live
There's
near some
not.
nature, but like not really. I'm like, where are you
No
mountain biking
mountain.
around, like
There's
around
no
here?
mountain.
No, like maybe like an hour or so away from us, but like around here, he was like, oh, I just was over there by the American Deli. So you were
Necessarily,
on the sidewalk?
he wasn't necessarily mountain biking. He was more so sidewalk biking.
Sidewalking. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
100%.
cement biking.
Yeah.
Got it, got it, got it,
Got it,
got
got
it.
it, got it, got it.
And he goes, yeah, I came around a curb too hard and I fell and I broke my hand,
Hmm.
broke a bone in my cheek, fractured my collarbone and like broke a rib.
Ooh.
And so that's where I go, "Oh, that sounds painful." He's like, "Yeah, it's really hard to work, especially when I work with my hands and I'm not doing social media. I don't have to have a pretty face." Because he knew I did social media. Because he asked me before. I
And
said,
what's funny is that like you're not necessarily
"No,
the face, but not a
mm-mm,
problem.
mm-mm, not a problem." And I go, "How long ago was this?" He's like, "Oh, like 2 weeks ago. Still hurts a lot."
He broke a collarbone and a rib, and he's
And
at
a cheek,
work. And
part
he's
of his
at
cheek.
work.
Baby,
I
no.
don't
You
think he
also are
broke
not.
anything.
No, you didn't break
He's just
anything.
bruised.
So then we wrap up. I'm like, oh my God, praise the Lord. Like, thank goodness. He keeps making comments about the vehicles driving by, about how cool they are. I'm like, I cannot get out of the situation fast enough. So we go inside. I grab the coolant because he didn't charge me, like, ring me up for the coolant with the battery because that makes zero sense. Um, and I was thinking about getting a funnel, but I thought I had one just in case, like, I
Hmm.
needed one. But I was like, it's not that big of a deal to like cut a water bottle in half or something. It's
Yeah.
fine. And so as I was ringing up, he's like, "Do you have a funnel, Miss Summer?"
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
Keep that to yourself. Thank you.
I'm not sure, but I think I'll be fine. He's like, "Ask your husband, he has a funnel."
Okay, well, I'm sure. Does Grayson have a funnel? He
But like
doesn't.
also, does he are we thinking that my husband has like a secret stash of trinkets that include a funnel that I just don't
I,
know about that like
are
I'm a
men
woman?
given funnels at birth? Like I don't.
Like am I confused? Maybe I'm missing something and maybe I'm not in on it, but like I didn't think
I
funnels were exclusive to husbands. I'm so sorry.
That makes me so oh.
My
The fact
favorite.
that you were having this full-on conversation too,
Yeah,
like I don't think I've ever gone to the AutoZone or anywhere to get my car done in which I've had to like had a full conversation with
right.
and like he knows what you do,
Yeah,
what you don't want to do, mountain
yeah,
biking and such.
yeah,
So like
right.
that's crazy you had this like extensive
Yeah,
conversation
no.
with this
He asked me
man.
about my job and like, he asked me where I went to school. He luckily didn't ask where I lived or anything like that. He doesn't even know my name, except
Good.
for the name, my email that I had to put in for AutoZone.
This summer.
Um, he asked me about how long I was married, asked me about the mountain biking. He
Hmm.
asked me about some of the trinkets in my car. As we were leaving, he goes, Summer, with a name like that, you sure can't fall down. And I go, cool. I'm like signing like to get my receipt. He's like, "'Cause you'll just spring right back up." I said, "Have a good day."
Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Thank you so much.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go get that funnel from my hubby. Thank
My
you.
hubby. And I'm gonna go ahead and have him do the coolant, because God forbid I don't know how to pull up a YouTube video or pour a liquid into a car.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get him to show me his tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some tools from you while I'm at it. And then moving forward, after the battery, had to get the coolant, had to screw my tire, which was sweet.
Yay.
Ran over a screw, so I had to go get my tire patched. As I was getting my tire patched, guy tries to sell me $40 windshield wipers. I say, no, 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 I'm over it. Finally got all that car stuff situated. Then I had to set up a dermatologist appointment that I've been working on for 2 weeks. They decided to get me in at the last minute, less than 24 hours. I'm not mentally prepared, but I go anyway.
Hmm.
So I go. They decide to tell me that they want to do some tests. Just get my blood drawn.
Yeah.
I'm saying it as like a joke now, but that is something quite literally like I'm not okay with. Like
Yeah.
probably need to go to therapy for like not okay with. So like I can't express how detrimental that news was.
Yeah.
Everything is fine, FYI. But it was tragic. And so it was just like one thing after another. That was my whole week. And then my best friend's boyfriend decides to call me and say, "Hey, I'm proposing." I need you to like help me figure out
Yeah,
like
perfect.
how to surprise her. I'm proposing in like
Yeah.
5 days. Obviously,
Yay.
that's our friend Trisha that we've talked about.
Yeah, we were friends with her, one of our good friends from high school.
Yes. And so I'm like, oh dear God, have to figure that out. So that was the week that we missed. I'm sure you
Perfect.
wish you were here. And then yesterday we went to an engagement party that turned into a wedding. It was a
Oh,
surprise wedding.
oh.
I
Okay,
love them to death.
I saw your story and I was like this like the way what did you say? You were like,
Surprise.
yeah,
Like
I was
they're the
like, what do you
members.
mean surprise?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
No, we went to an engagement party fully expecting like to be there for like, a couple hours and it was a wedding. Love them to death, super happy for them, but of course we've just been going nonstop and then today of course
Hmm.
was Father's Day and I had the lovely barbecue with old Padre
Yeah.
and some stimulating conversation there as well.
Yeah, yeah,
But
100%.
how's your time been?
Okay, well, Summer, first of all, like I commend you for like not having a full mental breakdown with all of your car. Well, I mean, you might have, you just didn't say.
I did, but it's fine.
Okay, okay. Well, the thing about like going to get something done on your car alone as a woman, like I don't think I've ever felt more anxiety than whenever I step into a Toyota dealership.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I would go to this dealership, like I would go in for an oil change and a tire rotation. Then they would tell me I need this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, how much is that going to cost?" They're like, "Oh, just like 1,500."
Right.
And I was sitting here like, "Babe, in what world do I have 1,500 to pay for what you're explaining to me?" So I have had the tendency of sitting in the Toyota waiting room, like sobbing my eyes out.
Yes.
So I commend you for not doing that at the moment in which you had all of these things going on to you. Maybe outside you did, but there, I'm proud of you for not actually sobbing your eyes out. The fact that like this man was also telling you like acting like you were dumb, like you try to get him to post on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like everybody has a job in which they have been trained to do. You personally have not been trained
And
on
like
to
that's completely fine.
that's completely fine. Like why is he acting like you're such an idiot because you don't know if your battery's dead and what 12 versus 10 voltage means?
Right. Like I'm
That's not
sorry.
something that you should have to know if you don't deal with that on a daily basis. Last week, I didn't do much at work. We had like our summer retreat in which we just do like some kumbaya and stuff. So that took
Sweet.
up a lot of time. So like last week I was like actually drained. And then I was also just like very super busy on top of all of that. I will say though, Summer and I did embark on a journey in which was Shatter Me, which we talked about a few episodes ago. Like this
Mm-hmm.
summer, we wanted to read the Shatter Me series. So we did go
We
ahead
have
move
begun.
forward. We did read the first book. Summer went ahead and read the 1.5 novella, which is basically book one in another character's POV, which I'm very excited for because he's pretty much, quote, the villain in this first book. We do know due to prior knowledge that he is the love interest. So
Yeah.
yay.
Technically, the 1.5, I also thought it was like it ran parallel with Shatter Me. It actually doesn't really.
Oh, okay, good. So it's like
Like kind of does.
right.
Like it picks up where you leave off with Warner.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh wait,
So
yeah,
like you kind
good.
of know what goes on from there with him because you don't really see him after
Yeah.
that chapter in Shatter Me.
We read the first book. It's pretty much like a dystopian. It actually, you start off, you really don't know what's going on.
No, you kind of still don't really.
Yeah, yeah, like at the like it's definitely world building in this first book, which I had friends say like, "Oh, like don't worry about it. Like the first book's not that great. Like just keep going." I was actually addicted to it. I could not
Yeah.
I really couldn't put it down. But basically it's like the main girl, she's in an asylum for some reason, and it seems
Mm-hmm.
as if the world is like dying. There's like the plants are dying, the animals are
Animals.
dead, people are just like horrible. It's like kind of like a political battle outside. She's been in the cell basically for like almost a year. Anyway, she randomly gets a new cellmate. By the way, it's like understood that like she can't touch people's skin to skin or something will happen.
We didn't
We
know at the
we didn't
time.
know at the time like what it was. Anyway, so you kind of go on from there. She ends up like getting out of the asylum with her cellmate who is actually part of like the military
Mm-hmm.
and this like leader of, I guess he's like a political leader. He has
The
been like,
political group is called like the Reestablishment, but
yeah,
they're the bad
the
guys
bad
of the
guys.
at this point in time.
They're basically trying to take over and like get
Yeah.
all the power, yada yada yada.
Restructure society and such.
The leader of said reestablishment is addicted to Juliet, our main character, and like literally won't let her out of his sight vibes. Anyway, she ends up like escaping with this guy who her cellmate ended up being someone she went to school with back before all of this happened, and they are in love with each other and they ran away.
Yeah.
And then they found a group of people. She finds out she's not the only one that has this magical power in which she touches people when they die. So,
Low key kind of X-Men vibes.
yes, very much so. But okay, I just want to say I obviously understand that Warner is the love interest. I love Adam.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Adam is the cellmate slash friend slash person she ran away with. I love him.
I do too, but it's like I get this feeling that
He's gonna turn.
yeah, you're not like this is gonna be like, oh, this is a canon moment. Like we're gonna not be
Yes, no,
saying this.
Summer,
Like I
I agree. I think we're in this space where we're like,
yeah,
we love him. I'm scared he's gonna be a Tamlin.
right. And let's just preface with, and I think Allison, you're in the same boat as me, but if not, you can correct me. The amount of knowledge that I had about this series was the name Aaron Warner,
Hmm.
literally his name, what he looked like from fan art,
Yes.
and dystopian. That is it. I didn't
No,
even know the female main character's name. Didn't know she had a power. Didn't know there were powers in this book.
yeah,
Didn't I knew nothing.
me
So
either.
like,
This was brand new. I'm kind of glad we went into it blind
me too. I
personally.
love doing that.
And I haven't looked up anything because I
Mm-mm.
don't want any spoilers. Like I have such a tendency to be like, what happens to Adam? But like
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that because I really want to be like
Right.
surprised and shocked. And I feel like even though this is a really popular book series, you don't really see spoilers on TikTok about it.
Right.
So I'm like really trying to like steer clear, but I did go on Pinterest and look up fan art so that I could
Of course.
kind of
I had
imagine.
to.
I wanted to see what these people were looking like,
Yeah.
obviously. But at this point, you find out that Adam and Warner are the two people as of right now that can touch her and not die,
Yes.
which is sweet. Obviously, she's like Adam is the first man that's like ever touched her,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and they're in love at this point in time. Summer, I agree. I'm a little scared that we're gonna do some. He's gonna be
Scratch
doing.
the record.
So like maybe we can kind of keep this in the vault and then once we finish we can like do a flashback situation.
Yeah, we're gonna need to.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
so funny. But
I wish there was something I could pick out that could be like, okay, I don't really like him, but like he is very sweet and has a really sweet backstory, but also like tragic. Obviously, we love a good tragic backstory.
yeah. And
And
he has a
like,
little brother that he's like taking care
yeah,
of. And like I said, since we already know have the knowledge that Aaron Warner is her love interest, he did say something while they were escaping. He said something like he's taking advantage of you, like don't listen to him. I'm thinking like, okay, like
some
is he being serious or is he just jealous?
yes. One thing to know also is this is all from Juliet, female main character's POV.
Hmm.
So we have a very, very narrow view of the world because she's like
Yes.
insane. So the writing style shows that she's insane. So like at first she says she had no idea who this Adam character was when he became her cellmate. Then eventually she starts to remember like, oh my God, wait, I know who that is. And then all
Hmm.
of a sudden she remembers more about why she knows who that is. It's like you're finding out things with her. So it's kind of like that vibe. Like when you see little snippets like that, you're like, wait a minute. Is this something that Juliet's forgetting? Like, are we
Right.
missing something? Because we're all seeing it from her POV.
Obviously, she's not going to end up with Adam, but I hope that Adam is still ends up being a good guy. I will say, like, this plot thus far, I've been like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah,
it's very good, not very cliche. Like, you're very much like, ooh, like, what's gonna happen?
right. I
Um,
can't wait for you to read Destroy Me because they're
Destroy Me is the novella people, by the way.
yeah, Destroy Me is Warner's novella, so 1.5. I love him.
Okay, great. See, I was trying to read it in the perspective of like, I don't know Warner is who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wanted to like see what a reader who like was reading these in real time like was feeling. But like even though he was acting crazy psycho, I was like there were just certain things where the author would be like his eyes softened for her or like you could see that he was like desperate for her to understand something.
When
So
he, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
When she like asked what his first name was and he was like, "You want to know my name?"
He was like, "Why do you want to know?" Yeah.
Like full sincerity, like, "Wait, you actually want to know my name?" Like,
Yeah.
I do. I want to know your name.
Yeah.
Because right now, if we didn't know who his name was Aaron, like we would only know Warner. Like we don't know his name is Aaron Warner at this point in
Yeah.
time.
I think the reason that we were like so dead set on doing this too is because people are like they are literally like I will die for Aaron Warner. I live for Aaron Warner. Like he is the best man alive. Like I want to know why.
yes.
And so I'm excited for us to get to that point.
Yes. The reason I think that it's easy to kind of like not hate Warner at this time is because again, there's just something interesting about Juliet's point of view when she's regarding Warner. It's like
Yes.
I don't know how to explain. Like again, it's written like there's strike throughs, a lot of repetition, like lack of punctuation, like it's very like written 100% as if it's being just filtered through her brain, which is kind
Hmm.
of insane still at this point.
Yes,
Like
I agree. Like
there's something there that we don't know as a reader that doesn't make me hate him.
she also kind of feels like this familiarity with him, I feel like,
Yes.
and we don't know where or why she feels that way. So I'm excited for her to like kind of get her brain back if and we can
Yeah.
figure that out.
We'll see.
Okay, so we actually were planning for this episode to be Q&A vibes.
Yeah.
We did the last time Summer and I were together, which was about a month ago. Yeah, like almost a month
Oh,
ago.
look, I think exactly a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago. We did do a full, hey, like ask us some
Ask a question.
questions and then just never
Never
answered them.
answered,
So
which is sweet.
we were like, oh, I guess we'll do that today.
Thanks to
Okay.
everyone who flooded our
The
DMs with
inbox. I mean,
questions.
oh, we were
Um,
unable to keep up with the
yeah,
number of
that was
inquiries.
really what happened is that we really just had to wait for the questions to stop flooding in.
Yeah,
It
like
took about a month.
took about a month. So,
Took about a month. One of the questions, as I just like s scrolled through, was with the last book you read. We already covered that, so we've
yep.
already answered a question. So
Yay.
a lot of these questions are just like random ones that you guys asked us, and we thought it would be fun to answer. So I'll just go in order. Oh, this one's sweet. This one's from Grayson, by the way.
Oh, yay. Is it about his toolbox,
And it's
perhaps?
fun. Um, what is your favorite memory that the two of you share?
Oh.
Kind of
Well,
sweet.
I'm gonna have to go and say the Five Sauce concert is my favorite memory that we share together.
That,
Not the first one, but the second one. When we were in the pit.
yeah, yeah, because that was such a full circle. Like,
It was very much full circle.
yeah, yeah,
But
that's a,
if you want to talk about like high school, I guess like childhood memories
yeah.
together,
Obviously, anything in theater, but I want to think of something like super specific.
me too.
I mean, it's probably gonna be Lion King, but like,
Yeah. Like my the first thing that's coming to my head is like when you would spend the night like during the week
yes,
and we would write fan fiction for each other all the top of
100%.
like that
Yeah.
was probably like that's the first thing that's like popping into my head as far as
Yeah,
like
that was good.
that. But I think overall would be the Five Sauce concert. And
That's
maybe your
good.
bachelorette trip too.
I was gonna say, I think I really liked, One Direction at my wedding. Like that felt like kismet,
Yeah.
electric magic.
Yeah.
But that's just like a fleeting moment. I would definitely say like the Five Sauce concert overall because like getting ready and kind of like being there and seeing the Q&A and then being in the pit, seeing
Yeah.
Luke Hemmings
The-
sweat was like
It was beyond.
incomparable. Yeah, it was beyond, truly.
And that was also one of the first times like we had like hung out in so long, like
Yes, it had been a
in
long time.
person. Like we would meet up for Christmas, but that we had some like
Yes. one-on-one quality
No,
time.
yes.
For high school, probably like, if we're not thinking theater, maybe when we like when Divergent and Fault in Our Stars was coming out around the
Yeah.
same time, and that whole just like section of time of just having the sweatshirts and painting our nails and such and being
Yeah.
completely obsessed with Tobias Eaton.
And also like us writing letters during the
Yes, that
day
was
at
good.
school. That was
That
sweet.
was good. That was sweet. Also learning Blogilates Pilates
Oh my gosh.
dances.
And we would use our pencils for and pretend they were Stellies from the Shadowhunters series. Summer and I learned the entire rune,
Yeah.
how you say
I
encyclopedia?
guess, yeah, alphabet or yeah,
All the runes that they used in
the
the
key.
Shadowhunters series, we did move forward with learning them, had a notebook with all of them in it, and then proceeded to pretend that our pencils were our stellies and we were drawing runes on our skin.
And
And like we said, we've never had a passion. So
yeah, no, like we said, I wish I knew what it felt like to be obsessed with something. So
so that was just one memory,
that was
obviously.
just one of our favorites. Bear with us. What's your Enneagram number? Do you know your Enneagram?
Okay, I haven't taken it in a really long time, so it might have changed, and I feel like it might have. But the last time I took it, I'm a two wing three.
Okay, perf. In college, I used to be a two, but I retook it like for work when I started work, and I am a three, and I'm a three through and through. I think I've always been a three.
Mm.
Three wing two. So the
Oh, we're
yeah,
switched.
his
But I kind of
soulmates.
want to take it again because I am not sure that I'm two anymore.
Yeah,
But maybe I am. I think I still what two is like caretaker or something.
yeah,
I feel like I
yeah.
am.
Basically,
I am that, but I don't know if that's what I am fully.
right.
So,
Yeah, you should take it again. It could be fun.
what's three?
Three is like extremely goal oriented. You kind of base your success on your achievements, which
I
is
don't know if that's
tragic.
me.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll revisit for
Yeah,
Allison's Enneagram. My most recent is three, and I don't think that's gonna change.
right.
Yay. Oh, this is fun. What's your Hogwarts house? Have you taken that
Oh
test
gosh,
recently?
yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff. Duh. There is no way I could be anything but a Hufflepuff.
Mm.
Like I am so sorry. Like I'm about
Grayson wants to be a Hufflepuff. I think he is. But when he took the test, it told him he was Gryffindor, and he said, "I'm not that." So he is he claims to be Hufflepuff. He
Okay,
loves
and you
Hufflepuff.
know what? The Sorting Hat let Harry choose. Let
So
Grayson
he's gonna
choose.
let Grayson choose. I the test, if we're going based off the test, like I would have always said I was a Ravenclaw,
Yeah.
but my test says I'm a Gryffindor, but like I will just say either one of those.
I can
But
see you as both. So,
yeah, Trisha said the same thing. Our friend Trisha is
who's like
addicted
addicted to Harry Potter.
addicted. Her test identifies her as Ravenclaw,
Yeah.
and then mine said Gryffindor, and I was like, "Oh, but I thought I was Ravenclaw." But yeah, I guess.
What's your Patronus? Do you know?
Um,
I'm pretty sure mine was like
yeah.
a bowl.
Wait, no, I actually think I have it pulled up right.
I think mine was like a field mouse. It was like some kind of rodent, which is obviously so
Super
sweet.
sweet.
Very sweet.
Oh, okay. I thought mine was some sort of. Now hold on. This says I'm a Slytherin.
What do you mean? Is that Potter World?
Yeah, the Wizarding World website?
Oh,
No, I do not remember that. There's no way.
that might be an
Okay,
old
that's
account.
sweet. Well, it says no, it does say May 2024, which is okay.
Update.
Well, my Patronus is a lynx. I don't know if
What is that?
like a cat type
Oh,
creature,
okay.
like a panther almost, but like way smaller. But
Okay, cool. Summer said, I'm either a Ravenclaw or a Gryffindor fully Slytherin at this point. Like, that's so Slytherin of you to hide your
I'm
house
sorry, Draco, don't hate me.
or love me.
Or I mean, like, yeah.
Respectfully, love me so much. Okay, cool.
Anyway, this is another one that we definitely won't take any time on. If you could, if you could pick one fictional character to bring to the real world, who
Resand.
would it be? And that's what I meant it from my soul. Like that it would take us any time. The full question is who would it be and why?
Oh,
I really
well, okay. I think like if I wanted a romantic partner, It would
Mm-hmm.
be Reese. If it was any character in the entire world, it would be Aelin, Ash River, Whitethorn, Galathinius. Those are the
Okay.
two individuals in said book locket. So,
Oh gosh, that's so difficult because like are we talking like movies are embedded into this? Like Gandalf and stuff? Anakin Skywalker or like
yeah.
what?
Well, that he's not a book character.
Just fictional character.
Oh, it's not gonna say.
I think we're gonna have to I think like my gut was going with like my brain immediately just said Rowan, but like I couldn't choose Rowan over Aelin. If you're bringing
If I'm bringing
Aelin,
Aelin, you can
I
bring
can bring
Rowan.
Rowan.
Yeah.
Like, and not even obviously not as a romantic partner because I'm married, but
Just
like
like
just like
have him to
just like
punch
his
me in the
presence.
face.
Yeah, like please just be near me and say that I'm
I just
worthless. That
want
is,
him to kind of like punch me in the face, tell me I'm worthless and that I should die, and then leave.
yeah, I'd be better off dead. Like, comfortably.
Please. Or maybe
Please.
Andarna. Maybe we'll bring in
Yeah.
Andarna.
Yeah, maybe that too. Yeah.
Tarn. We'll bring Tarn in. Like,
I guess we could bring dragons. That would be pretty. Next question. What are your Holy Grail makeup slash skincare items?
anything from the Halo Glow collection, from
Elf.
Elf.
I think my Holy Grail skincare, since I recently been to the dermatologist, have some skin issues. I have been stripped of every single item that I can use to put on my face. So now I'm using Dove Sensitive soap
All right.
and medicated cream that I've been given.
Perfect.
I am kind of obsessed with using Dove soap on my face. I thought I would hate it.
I did that all throughout college
And
because
you like had good experience?
well, no,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but I had hormonal acne. So that's not
Yeah.
going to help. Like
Yeah,
Dove
yeah.
soap is not going to clear my skin,
Yeah.
why I went on Accutane. Okay, Dove soap. It does feel good though. When I did it, I was like, "Ooh, my skin feels so soft."
Yeah, like it felt like I was like really cleaning. I don't know how to explain. Like I thought it was weird to use like body wash on your face. That sounds dumb, but like to me it just like my skin's so sensitive. I just never thought that.
Yeah.
And so then of course, yeah. So now I do love the Dove Sensitive. In terms of makeup, literally, if it were not counting chapstick, 'cause obviously can't survive without chapstick, is Elf's like glow lip oil. Not this, but their lip oil. That that in every almost every color they have. I have the pink, the brown, the purple. Like I
It's
love
that
it.
girl. And also
It is that girl.
the TikTok lip stain is
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
easiest, I think, as far as like a lip product because you don't have to do anything after you put it on and peel it off. But I like if we're gonna talk specific, I do love the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid blush because it makes your
Mm-hmm.
skin look so dewy.
Yeah.
I love a dewy look.
What was the last TV show you binged? Allison doesn't watch TV.
Well, this weekend, actually, believe it or not,
You watch TV?
well, I went to my friend Sylvie's and she is a TV
Oh yeah.
fanatic. So I did watch, not only did we go see live action Shadow Dream Dragon, we did watch the second two movie, the second and
Mm-hmm.
third animated versions, as well as I watched Bridget Jones's Diary for the first time
Okay.
and plethora of episodes of Modern Family
Of
this
course.
weekend. And on top of that, this is the most TV I've watched in literal eons. I watched the documentary on Netflix about the submersible, and I watched, oh, it was like a documentary, like a crime documentary as well. That was all this weekend.
Oh my gosh,
Can
Allison,
you
that's
believe it?
no, no, truly.
And I finished my book on top of all that. It was crazy.
Wow, booked and
It's,
busy.
I was so booked and busy, but as far as like TV show, I feel like the last show I watched was, yep, all right, okay. Yep. I guess like season three Heartstopper, but like
Yeah.
I think that's the last thing like I fully been, or maybe like
Bridgerton, maybe?
Bridgerton or Outer Banks, something of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we classifying as binge? Like we've finished it in a short period of time or like watched a lot of episodes?
I guess
Like,
that,
okay, well, I do that on the regular. We
right?
watch TV a lot. That sounds it makes it sound lazy. That's just one of mine and Grayson's favorite things to do together is watch TV shows. And so I
Yeah.
guess technically the last one we binged is the one that we're currently watching, which is an anime called My Hero
Okay.
Academia. So,
Beautiful. Um, Okay, that's gorgeous. Okay, anyway, next question.
Next question. Don't be shy. Drop your Spotify rap from 2020.
What do we mean? Like top 10 songs?
I guess we can make it mean what we want it to mean.
Because I'm not, when you go back and look at the playlist, it doesn't tell you like who your top artists were.
Right. I think it might have been 21. Okay, so one, it was either 2020 or 21. I don't know how to, I don't have Spotify either. I'm looking on Apple Music. Um, that was the year that my number one artist was Lin-Manuel Miranda, and my number one album was Hamilton because I listened to it 237 times in the year, the album. So
I'm gonna go see if I can find anything from 2020.
in 2020, it says my number one song was Adore Me by Harry Styles, and then my second song was Aaron Burr.
Yeah,
So
he's got range. Okay, 2020 was my top three. My number one was Park Bench by Valley. Number two was 315 by Bozzy.
yeah,
And number three was Swim Reprise from by Valley. So I'm
yeah.
assuming Valley was one of my top. I think the band Camino was my top artist this year, actually. And then I have some Why Don't We mixed in with more Valley, the band Camino,
I had
Dayglow.
some Conan Gray.
Oh, and then Call to the Wild from the Zombies 2 soundtrack.
Right. My top 10 is Harry Styles, Conan Gray, Shawn Mendes, Lin-Manuel, Hamilton,
Yeah.
Bozzy, 5 Seconds of Summer, and believe it or not, Future,
I've been on a low.
which there is no way. So that must have been like,
He must have been a feature.
yeah, like it's Life is Good by Future featuring Drake. The song, that specific song is on
Mm.
there. It was 2020, so there's no, I probably played my,
It was probably a party mix or something. Yeah.
yeah. Blueberry Fuego is on there. Fago? Let's move on from this one.
That was a COVID song. Like
That
that
was
is
so COVID,
that
yeah.
is like COVID indicator.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Could you tell we were stuck inside? So,
yeah.
yay, sweet. Okay,
Okay,
next
perfect.
question. Thanks for this question. Definitely not the same person, same people submitting the questions. What is your favorite ride slash park at Disney? Okay.
Okay.
Well, favorite park is
Well,
Hollywood Studios.
yeah. And favorite ride is Rise with
Favorite ride,
Resistance.
ride is so.
Thank you so much.
Anybody, any questions? No?
Thoughts or
Okay, gotcha.
concern?
I think if we're talking nostalgics, I grew up in Florida. Like for me, I know Allison hated this ride, but Tower of Terror is like is it gives me like
Nostalgic.
yes, and I'm obsessed with that ride. I love that ride. But like I didn't cry on that ride like I did for Rise of the Resistance, so we'll
Hmm.
just move forward with that. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
Okay.
I
Next
well, I guess hold
question.
on, I have one more.
No, please go
I
ahead.
would say like because like Rise of Resistance is a ride, but it's not like a ride,
Right.
right? I think Tron is like the best
Oh,
ride
Tron
of
is
all
good.
time.
Guardians is good too, though.
I haven't been on that one.
Oh.
Where is
Oh,
that?
Epcot.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't been
Yeah.
to Epcot in a while.
Guardians is good. I think you would love. The Guardians is a ride. It's good.
Yeah, and rest in peace, Rock and Roller Coaster too. But
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
all
God
right,
forbid we just answer a question.
God forbid we just like stick to the question. What's
Yeah.
your favorite ride? Rise of the Resistance. Move on.
But also, like, let's just talk about love. Okay, yay. Next question. If you were, oh, that's interesting. If you were a dog, what kind of dog would you be? I feel like I would just want to be my
I
dog.
think I'd be a mutt.
Yeah,
Like I
like
don't.
I'd just
I
be
think
like
I'd
a
be a.
misfit.
Yeah, I don't. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit
I don't want to fit in.
in. No, I agree. It's unfortunately like I wouldn't be a dog. I'd be a cat.
I think I would be a dog. I would want to be a big dog.
Yeah,
Um, obviously like mixed breeds.
yeah.
Um, but like I'm a big dog that doesn't know that I'm a big dog. To
I
like
think
most big dogs.
I think I want to be a medium-sized dog, and I probably want to be like an Australian
Mm.
Shepherd or so
Hmm.
or something. Wait, is that what they're called? No.
Like with the bright blue eyes.
Yes, that.
Yeah, yeah. Australian Shepherd.
Yeah, I want to be her. Him.
Unfortunately, I think that my dog is so perfect that like if I would want to be a dog, like I would
Choose
choose
to be R2.
R2
Yeah.
because like that's the epitome of perfection for a dog. But obviously I don't want to replace him, so maybe I would just be like another version of him.
Yeah, carbon copy.
Carbon copy then. Thank you, thank you, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect.
Okay, next question. Perfect. Next question. If you were going to be a character in a book, oh Lord. If you're going to be a character in a book, but not the lead, what book are you living in? Oh.
Oh, probably like Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez because
Lots of good things
if you're
happen
a
in
side
Minnesota.
character, you'll be the main character in the next one.
Like, would I just want to be like a part of the inner circle and just live in Valaris, but like not have to do any work? Or...
Right. Like more? No.
I
I
think
was
it'd be really cool to live in the world of Fourth Wing, like the idea of like, well, I guess not everybody gets a dragon, but
yeah,
like
you can
if
be
I was,
Rhiannon.
yeah, if I was just a side character, knowing like, but then I'm also like on the verge of dying every day,
Yeah.
which
I didn't want to pick
not ideal.
fantasy because like that is literally life or death. I was thinking more like I just want to be part of an Abby Jimenez book.
I wouldn't mind being in the Windy City, thanks.
Oh my God. Yeah, because then you still, if you're a side character, you're more than likely gonna get your own book.
And
So,
like, I don't need the romance. I just want to be in the vicinity of
Ryan J.
Ranch. Who who wins in a war? Taylor Swift fans or Harry Potter fans? We're gonna go ahead and say Taylor Swift fans probably in that
Yeah,
one.
I don't even think that's a debate,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Um,
I
just
don't,
because I think they're a little bit more aggressive about.
I was just about to say, I don't think Harry Potter fans are like mean.
Yeah, no offense at
Uh,
all,
no,
period. But
love Taylor Swift. I'm a Taylor
I
Swift fan.
I think
We're mean.
yeah, I think that and I'm not a huge Swiftie, but I'm not against her at all. Like I listen to Taylor Swift, I think she's fine. But I think you come across more people who get more Swifties who get offended if you don't like Taylor Swift than like Harry Potter fans. If you tell them you don't like Harry Potter, I don't think they get as offended. Does that
Yeah.
make sense what I just said?
Yes, very does.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think Taylor Swift fans could probably dominate the
The
world
world.
if they
Yeah.
congregated together to,
And yeah.
exterminate the anti-Swifties.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. No, there's no doubt about
No,
that.
no debate. Okay, love. Next question. Thanks for that question, random person. You can only eat one dessert for the rest of your life. What is it? Cheesecake. So.
Stop. I was just about to say cheesecake, but I'm like on the fence between cheesecake and snickerdoodle cookies.
Oh my God, yes, that's my other favorite dessert. Seriously, Snickerdoodle is my favorite flavor of cookie.
Here's the thing though, it's like, what if we had, I don't know if you've ever had the Cinnabon cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, Summer. It is beyond
I
anything you've
need to
ever
try
had in
it.
your life.
Oh my God.
Um, so I think I'll settle for Cinnabon because it's kind of like Snickerdoodle because it has like the cinnamon and such,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also cheesecake, so that's what I'm gonna stick with.
But if I just say cheesecake generally, that means I can have any flavor of cheesecake, right?
Right. Okay. Never mind. I changed my mind. Just keep cheesecake. Okay.
Cheesecake, period. Thank.
Cheesecake or snickerdoodles. Thank you.
Oh, I like this next question. You aren't allowed to read for one whole week. What are you doing instead?
Crocheting.
Yeah. I don't know why I said yeah, like I was agreeing that I was crocheting. I'm not crocheting. I would probably
Listen to audiobooks.
let's find a loophole, actually.
Okay, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm
That's what
gonna
I'm
listen
gonna
to
do.
audiobooks.
I'm gonna have someone read the book to me. How about that? Um, I don't know if okay, if I'm just like not thinking about my personality type, I would probably just be like, oh, I'll just watch my TV show then.
Yeah.
But I just also don't like watching TV all day versus like I can read all day and not feel
Well, you're
bad.
stimulating your brain.
Right, but watching TV all day makes me feel icky, so I probably realistically wouldn't do that, but let's just like keep it simple and say I'd probably just watch TV.
Okay.
Um, I'd probably actually just look up AI edits of my favorite books just to
Yeah.
stimulate my brain for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Moving on. Yay, love this. Okay, we only have like four more left, so
Okay.
not too many. Was the moon landing real? All right.
I just don't have an opinion. I'm gonna say yes.
I Allison, you could not have said it better. I have such a small opinion that doesn't even exist. So yeah, sure.
Sure it
Moving
did.
on.
Moving on.
Thanks for the question, guys. Okay. Mayo, versatile condiment or the sauce of Satan?
Um, you go first.
I love mayo.
So here's the thing. I'm not necessarily going to be like, oh my God, give me the mayo. But
Hmm.
mayo is in everything. You
Yeah.
use mayonnaise for
Yeah.
ranch, you
Yep.
use mayonnaise for honey mustard,
Yep.
you use it for Chick-fil-A sauce.
Hmm.
Like, there's no denying that mayo has a purpose in this world.
Yes. It's God's gift to humanity.
Yeah, and I don't hate it on my burger, but I
Hmm.
cannot put it on it. I cannot put mayonnaise on my burger myself. Someone has to do it for me, and I can't know it's there until I eat it, if that
Mm.
makes sense. It's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a mental thing. I can't look at
Yeah.
it, I can't smell it, but if it's on there, I'll be like, yes, please.
I love mayo. I have no shame. If I'm going to Subway making a sandwich, I say put mayo. If I'm making a sandwich at home, I put mayo on it. If I'm making a hot dog, I put mayo on it.
Okay.
If I'm at a place where they give you like the little tiny sandwiches, I'm looking for a packet of mayo to put on my sandwich.
Okay.
I love mayo. I think it is a top tier condiment. I think it gets too much hate because it really is in everything and really it is that girl. Love, thanks.
We couldn't have ranch without it, so
No.
I can't say it's from Satan. I really can't.
No, we can't. We can't do that. Ideal vacation. Oh, that's simple. Volaris.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Okay. You go. What's your ideal
Okay,
vacation?
like realistically.
Yeah, like for real. For real, I guess.
Realistically, my ideal vacation is to go to Europe and watch Pride and Prejudice on the lawn of Mr. Darcy's home,
Mm-hmm.
and then afterwards go visit the gardens in which Mr. Darcy proposed to Elizabeth in the movie, and then move forward with going to see the Bennet's home.
Uh-huh. 100%.
So what I'm saying is I want a Pride and Prejudice movie
Themed
tour.
vacation. Yeah.
Yes, movie tour. That is literally the only thing on my bucket list is to visit Mr. Darcy's home,
Mm-hmm.
watch the movie on the lawn, and then visit the other locations as well.
100%.
Ideal vacation.
Which mine is basically the same except for a different film and a different location. I have so many like dream vacation spots, but my ideal vacation that like needs to happen in my life or I will consider like me not successful is to go to New Zealand and to the film locations of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's necessary. Go to Hobbiton because it's a real place in New Zealand. Stay in one of those little areas.
Hmm.
Just basically live in Middle Earth. Like that
Yeah.
has been my dream since I think since Allison and I met. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And then maybe if me and Summer go on a vacation together, our dream could be that little village in Switzerland that has been dubbed Volaris.
Yes.
That way
Yes.
we can have both.
Valar. Yes. Yeah.
Belarus. So,
Okay.
but only in the winter when it's snowy, so it's like actually
100%.
Belarus.
It
So,
has to be, yeah. Cold winter solstice perhaps.
winter solstice. So, starfall as well. Anyway.
Starfall as well, if you don't mind. Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
last question.
Okay.
How many times have you watched Wicked? Be honest.
Once.
Yeah, two.
Right.
I think I've seen it like 5 times,
Okay, perfect.
which is which truly is mundane for like
Yeah.
for me.
Well, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
almost 3 hours.
It might have been
Like,
four, maybe not five. I don't know. I saw it twice in theaters, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it 2 or 3 times at home.
I have watched it once. I've
Right.
been
Yeah.
wanting to rewatch, but we know how I feel about sitting down
Yeah.
in my house,
Yeah.
in my home.
Right.
So I have not done it since. I will make it a point to rewatch it before the second one comes out, though.
Well,
Just
I
to,
mean, that is
yeah, you
necessary.
have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
see.
we've gone on a long time, so we probably shouldn't do thoughts, comments, and concerns, not to like deprive all of you again for the third week in a row. Like, feel horrible, so sorry. But we did talk for a long time. So,
Oops.
are you okay with that, Summer?
That's fine with me. If that's fine with you.
Totally fine.
I do have to make a comment because it's relevant
Okay.
though. Um, like the Hamilton performance at the
Oh no,
Tonys.
yeah. That was on my list.
Like I have to bring it up because it's relevant. Did I'm not kidding. I was fully sobbing in my office space,
Yeah.
and I had to tell my coworker, I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm sniffling a lot because I am sobbing in here because I am watching the Tonys, Hamilton and Tony's performance.
Tenure.
Yeah. And then I did watch it. I'm being so sincere when I say this. I sent it to almost everyone I knew, including
Yeah.
Allison. We sent it to each other.
Yeah.
Then I watched it 3 times while I was at the office because I just like could not stop thinking about it. At first, I
No.
didn't think it was real. I was like, "There's no way this is real." When I came home, as soon as Grayson walked in the door, I was
We had
watching
to.
it.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the balcony crying, and he was like, "Why are you watching it again?" I said, "I need you to sit down and watch it." Started it over and had him watch it again. And then I had a full come apart about like how impactful like that show has been, like not just like the show substance of the show, but just like theater in general. Like
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
moment of silence for Hamilton
To
and
have
all
that
of
original cast up there is beyond words. And I'll go ahead and say my favorite part. My favorite part was when King George came out and he said, uh,
my so
or when George Washington came back out.
Allison, when I was watching it the first time, I was just like smiling ear to ear, but I wasn't quite crying yet. When
Hmm.
Christopher Jackson walked on that stage,
It was
George
over.
Washington, I immediately tears came out of my eyes. I was sobbing. Now I pretty much cry at that same part, or like when Leslie Odom Jr. does like I want to be in the room where it happens, where he tugs off the
Hmm.
coat. Obviously, I've seen it. So
Yeah.
it gives me chills, and I just like can't express. Like I told Grayson, like I would sell my soul to to see that production in person. Like
Yeah.
I can't express like it's bad. Like
But
um
it has to be in New York. Like I
yes,
don't want to be
in New
seeing
York.
this traveling troupe.
No,
I don't
no.
want it. I want to be in New York. I want to be in the room. I want
Room
to be in history is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be
in the
the
greatest
greatest
city.
city in the world.
Um, I
Yeah.
I just if you have not I both of my coworkers, Allison, Kelsey, and Mallory has only seen the version that was here in Alabama, in Birmingham. So,
Okay.
love that.
Okay.
And doesn't really know the music, which okay. Kelsey,
Not something we would do, but
no, but sure. Kelsey knows the music, but has never seen the production. Not even the Disney Plus version.
you need to invite her over and make her watch that Disney Plus.
I literally said,
Kelsey, are you
Kelsey,
listening?
hi.
You make time for summer and you go watch Disney Plus version of Hamilton. Thank you so much.
When I was watching it in the office, it was just me and her in there. I can't remember why. And I told her, I said, it's making me sick to my stomach right now to think that you haven't seen the Disney Plus version. Like I'm not kidding. She's like, we're getting there, because her roommate Taylor has seen it and is obsessed with it, obviously. I think
Yeah.
everyone who's laid their eyes on it is. And she's like, we're getting there. Like right now, we're going through like because they're watching Harry Potter right now because it's Taylor's first time seeing Harry Potter, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, I was like, no, like I don't think you understand. Like it actually is making me physically
Yeah,
ill
like it.
to think that it's sitting there because like there really is a di sorry, not to go on a tangent. There really is a difference between like listening to the soundtrack on your phone or whatever
And
and
seeing it.
watching that Disney Plus. Because they sing it differently, they're performing differently, you're seeing them perform it like it is
It is crazy. I remember when that trailer came out, I had tears rolling down my cheeks, full body chills. My roommates were like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "You guys do not get it.
Mm-mm, you don't get
Hamilton is coming to Disney Plus." And then, not that I don't love that Hamilton's on Disney Plus, but after that's when people started to have the obsession.
it.
And I was like,
Right.
"You just don't understand like
No,
what
you
we were doing in high school to prepare us for that Disney Plus production."
the idea that it is 10 years old, like that also made me really emotional. Like to
Yeah.
think that our history teacher was showing it up in history class.
Oh my gosh.
Like, thanks, Coach Watson, for showing it. Did he ever show it when you guys had class with him?
I don't know. He hated us.
That was my first like true like I guess exposure to it. That's what started my obsession, which is really odd that it was played in my high school classroom. And then I said,
Mhm.
"What is this?" Um, yeah,
And we have never been the same. And the fact that they started with nonstop,
you're joke like that. I'm
I
sorry.
had full body chill. That's my favorite on the soundtrack, by the way. So
I mean, it's the intermission piece.
it, It's
It's
like a culmination of basically every song you hear thus far.
yeah,
It's beyond
Act
anything you
One.
could ever imagine. Oh man.
I mean, I guess intermission piece is not, but that's how I just reference it as the intermission piece because it summarizes Act One. So, and
Yeah.
it's perfection. It is
I think
perfection.
about my favorite line is so it needs amendments. It's full of
Yes.
contradictions. So is
So it's
independence.
independence. We have to start somewhere. Good night.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
I can't.
I can't do
I
it.
can't. Nope. Okay. Anyway, needless to say, Hamilton, I happy 10 years.
Happy 10 years.
So many
We
things turned 10 this year that we love. ACOTAR, Hamilton. Um, I I don't think you understand how much you've impacted our lives. I have listened to nothing but Hamilton for a for a solid week.
hmm
We started singing it as soon as we hopped on FaceTime today. So
hmm Sure did.
love you, Lin-Manuel. Thank you for creating like a true
Something just
masterpiece.
incomparable to anything that I've ever experienced thus far. So,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
and with
Anyways, and
that,
with that really short, brief little comment I wanted to add at the end, if you don't mind. Thank you guys
and
so much for
yeah, thank you guys
listening.
so much. I know you missed us.
We missed you.
We missed you guys so much, obviously. If you don't mind, go ahead and follow all of our social media links down below. Subscribe to our YouTube, things of that nature, of course.
Yes, please.
We really do post so much fun content on our Instagram/TikTok. So if you guys really are just in the mood and cannot get enough of us, which I know you cannot,
I know.
go ahead and do that.
Please.
hmm
Also, subscribe to our, if you subscribe to our YouTube, watch our YouTube shorts too, as well,
Yeah,
if you
as
want
well
to,
as in addition to because
in addition to.
we have so much fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for sending questions, all of our fans. Um,
120%.
oh, 120. If you guys like the Q&A, like God forbid we'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll do another one and be sure to keep updating. We'll keep you updated on our Shatter Me process.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have probably book 2 done by next week, maybe book 3, who's to say? Yeah, probably not, but who's to say?
We will probably have at least book 2 and 2.5.
Okay, cool. Bye guys. Thank you so
Bye. Love you
much.
guys.
See you next week.